Hey everyone, I'm Yoseline.
Hey everyone, I'm Brenda and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. It's been a minute. It's been quite some time. I want to apologize because we said we would be back next week and then it's been a month. Yeah. So I guess we see you bi-monthly.
Bi-monthly. It's okay. Just know that we are okay. We are well.
Yeah, so we're back. Obviously, let's just say the holidays. It's the holidays, guys.
And then some technical issues.
Yeah, we didn't have this pretty screen behind us for a good month, so that kind of explains that too. It was just kind of one thing after another another.
Because Brenda and I are so important, we can't take vacation at the same time.
Exactly.
So I have to leave, then she has to leave, and then some technical issues happen, so...
It was just one thing after another, but thank you for your patience, and if you're joining us, welcome back.
If you're just barely watching us, welcome and stay.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk. We're not going to go over the last month because we would be here for far too long.
Yes.
But we're going to go over the last week. Mm-hmm. But before we go over the last week, we'll tell you how we've been up to. Yoseline, you start.
I don't even know. I've been out of the state. I've been here. I've been there. I've been everywhere. Let's see. I think highlights, I did go to San Diego, California for a wedding. I was there for a couple days, like 4 or 5 days, and that's as exciting as it got, aside from work and watching Wicked.
Yes, and we're going to talk about
Wicked. That. But yeah, I have a really bad memory, guys, so I just know that I've been nonstop.
She's been... booked and busy.
Booked and
busy. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Cut my hair. I cut my hair. Now I'm not going to be playing with it. I know you all love that.
Yeah, I'll be the distraction.
Yeah, I cut my hair. It kind of felt like it. It's winter. You know, I love the cold on my neck. I don't know. I just really had been thinking about cutting my hair. I listened to Gracie Abrams far too much. It became an inspiration, but...
Too much of an inspiration to the point where now I'm like, Gracie!
Yeah, that's me. No, but yeah, it feels really nice. I've enjoyed it. Thank you for everyone who's complimented it. It feels good to know that I cut my hair.
What is the reception from the public?
It's been positive. I mean, I feel like, you know, it's the thing.
Has a complete stranger gone out of their way to message you or anything about it?
Yes, I got a message from a complete stranger.
And they said?
And I feel weird saying it because you never know if they'll see it, but I appreciated it. I'll just say, it was very sweet.
Okay,
it was a very sweet message, and thank you very much. And yeah, complete strangers have told me. Yeah, so I'm like, thank you guys. It makes me feel good.
This is the first time you've gone this short, right?
No, I've done it. I did it, oh man, maybe over a decade ago.
Like on air?
Yeah, first time on air that people have seen my hair this short. So that's why I was like a little confused by the reception, because I'm like, I've had my hair short before, but I think it was down here. So
yeah, you were.
It's a little bit different. But it's been years since I've cut my hair. I've had long hair for a while. But yeah, it feels nice. I really don't have to do a lot, which is my favorite thing. I can just brush my hair. Like, you know, it's simple. But aside from that, I had a good Thanksgiving time.
That's what happened, yeah.
I had a Friendsgiving where I made ham. I'm so proud of myself that I made a ham all by myself. It's not actually that hard, but I did it.
It's already cooked.
And then I made a bunch of sides all by myself. No help, guys. I can do it all on my own. I can cook.
She can cook. She can clean.
I can do it all, honestly. And so, yeah. That was the highlights of my month. I made a ham and I cut my hair.
I forgot Thanksgiving happened. Absolutely. That was great. I went to a friend's house. And obviously she is so darling. So she invites everyone and anyone. And it's a little place where to gather. And the food was delicious.
Yeah. So we're thankful for you guys this year. And for everyone out there.
Awesome.
And that's it for us. Goodbye. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We have far more to go.
Well, let's get straight to it because we don't have a lot of topics. We are bringing up like one or two that might have happened during the month, but they're just so important that we cannot skip over them.
We just have to give you our opinion.
Yeah, because that's what you need to know.
That's the point of this.
But let's get straight to it. So, big news coming out of the Kelsey clan. We have Kylie Kelsey, who is stepping up to the plate, or should we say the microphone. She had two big announcements during this holiday month, she announced that she is pregnant with her 4th baby with husband Jason Kelsey. It is said to be a girl, so that is their 4th girl, making him an official girl dad.
Yay.
But she's also joining in the new family business, hosting a podcast. She is teaming up with Wave Sports and Entertainment Original for her own show called Not Gonna Lie.
Nice. I'm curious as what she's not gonna lie about. Just like saying it how it is, like giving advice maybe on parenting.
Yeah, I think
know.
so. I think she's going to be like commentating on hot topics.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Like kind of like today we're talking about parents.
I like it whenever she would input in their podcast.
Yeah.
I like what she has
And
to
you
say.
know how like the brothers kind of bring up what happened to them during the week where they're like, oh yeah, we're at the game and Taylor showed up.
Yeah.
Like that too. I think she's
Yeah.
also gonna like revert to them where it's like, well, Jason said this in his and I don't agree or blah 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 blah. Do you think? I think she has the following.
Oh,
too.
absolutely, absolutely. I think people right now, especially Taylor Swift fans, are going to try to find any kind of snippet
Connection
in there. But I think it's so cool to have her as your potential aunt. Imagine 4 girls.
Oh yeah, with the number 2
pretty cool.
pop star of the century, which
That's pretty cool.
We'll go back
Well, good
to
for
that.
them. I remember it was like kind of rumored she was pregnant, and she said she wasn't, and then she was like, "Oh, never mind, I am." So
Yeah, so she herself made fun of that. She made a TikTok where it's like, she's like, "No, I'm not pregnant." She's like, spoke too soon, and that's when
Yeah.
she like announced
she
it.
manifested it.
She really did. Now let's head on over to our favorite group of friends. I know they're your favorite, the Vanderpump Kids. Well, 2 news coming out of that cast and crew. We now know that Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz are raising a toast to their business. Schwartz and Sandy, the Los Angeles Cocktail Lounge and Restaurant, is set to close at the end of December. The reality TV personalities revealed this news in separate Instagram posts. It's something that we kind of knew was coming just because
Not a
they
shocker
were
whatsoever.
struggling already when the whole Vanderpump or Scandival situation happened.
I think his girlfriend, Sandoval's current girlfriend, was like going back and forth with people in the comment sections.
Of course.
Saying, people were like, oh, well, it wasn't a surprise because of Scandival. And she was like, believe it or not, they actually made money afterwards. Because, I mean, obviously people are going to go
And see.
instantly to like see if there's any drama. But I'm sure it kind of like died down. And I don't know, she made other accusations. I just didn't care enough because I'm like, another win for Katie Maloney.
Another win. And by the way, how is their sandwich shop going?
I've always see them posting pictures and
really?
stuff, so I think it's going well. They've had a lot of celebrities go. I know Seth Rogen is gone. Like, I don't know why that was the first celebrity that popped into my head, but he's gone, and so is other people, like big people.
Yeah.
Especially after she did Dancing with the Stars, a lot of those celebrities were going to that.
That's
and also like
fun.
after Love Island and stuff, like. She also was performed at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. So
yeah.
Ariana is like,
She's on
I
it.
don't need this job.
Sheena is yelling.
Sheena's punching the air somewhere.
Well, 1 week ago, news did break that the Bravo series Vanderpump is coming to an end. It's going to get a revamp, basically, replacing all the longtime stars for an upcoming 12th season. Well, that came out a week ago, but now this week, Andy Cohen is speaking out on that. During the Watch What Happens Live, the host spoke out for the first time about the surprising shakeup. And, quote, Bravo announced, or word got out, that they are revamping the show, and I have to say this is, first of all, the absolute right thing to do. He said during his episode 2 of his show, I am so impressed with how production kept the show going over the last, I'm going to say 4 years, when slowly but surely none of them were working at SUR, and it is true.
Yeah, I mean, the point of the show was the fact that you're seeing the lives of these waitresses and bartenders, and then they became famous, and you're just kind of following their lives, and it wasn't as much about the
and I know they
businesses.
tried to do it somewhere a couple seasons ago, but I just think that the new people were just too close to the actual generation, so there's no connection, because the younger crew is not going to connect to someone that's older.
No.
So they need to start from scratch, where it's just like a 21-year-old.
It's a good like concept. Like, I think if they went back to like following these groups of people that work together and sleep together and all these things,
follow them
like,
for 10 years and then start over.
But I mean, I wasn't surprised whatsoever that they were going to do a revamp. I think even with the last season and the way the last episode went, where it was kind of like a farewell, I was like, they're definitely not coming back.
Yeah, they had left it.
I doubt that Ariana and Katie signed on, and it was just like nobody really cares about Tom. And I believe that they mentioned that Lauren from Utah. Was it Schwartz and Sheena are going to be doing pop-ups in the Valley. And the Valley's actually gotten really popular. I haven't seen it, but I heard it's actually really good.
Of like, if you like that
they're
kind
like
of
adults.
stuff.
Like they're like adults living in their homes with their families. Like it's not really like Vanderpump Rules anymore.
Drama, no. So that's happening, and of course, you just brought up Ariana Madix sang during the Thanksgiving parade, and it looks like she's still thriving, and I'm pretty sure she's going to come back as the host of Love Island.
I hope so. I hope so. I even heard. I didn't read it I didn't read further into it, but something about a spin-off of Love Island, but I don't know if it was of the cast that got really popular. But I need to look into that, so I'll look into that for you guys.
Well, speaking of, reality TV, who remembers Laguna Beach? Well, Lauren Conrad, I just remembered all the stuff you've told me about that show. Lauren Conrad reunites with Laguna Beach co-stars, included Stephen Colletti and Dieter Schmitz, to celebrate their 20-year high school reunion. The cast of the MTV reality show, which aired from 2004 to 2006, shared the nostalgic moments on Instagram. So they graduated high school 20 years ago, which means I graduated high school 15 years ago.
I graduated high school 12 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what I realized? The show only ran from 2004 to 2006.
Yeah, it was a short amount of time.
That was my freshman and sophomore year.
Oh, really? I was in elementary
or
and
middle school.
See, my years followed my grade levels followed the year. So when I was in 6th grade, it was 2006. When I was in 7th grade, it was 2007.
Oh, no. So I graduated in 2009, so 9-7. Oh, no. So it was my 8th grade year and 9th grade year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so...
How cool. I was in elementary, middle, and I'm like...
watching
I'm in high school.
I'm in high school. So the fact that it only ran for 2 years and 20 years later, it still has this impact on
and it's been getting popular again with a lot of people because it was just such a good show. Like Kristen Cavallari's such a character. Like she was a girl who knew what she wanted.
It makes me think of like who they ran with in circles while they were in high school, because she recently said that her and Scott Disick have known each other since she was 17 and 18. And I was just like, that's so crazy to me.
Wow, Scott's a part. I thought Scott was from the Northeast.
But I think he would fly back back and forth because he went to boarding school. It's just rich kids running with rich kids, I guess.
Yeah. But also Hollywood's so small.
It is very small. But let me stick to the topic of rich kids being with rich kids, which I can't find right now. Oh, there it is.
I'm intrigued. Rich kids with rich kids.
The debutante.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you talking about?
So, I don't know if you've ever heard about this before.
I have. It came out in The Hills, actually.
Yes, The Hills. So I've been following along this for a very long time. I think from The Hills.
It was Lily Collins that came out in The Hills one.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, every year there is this grand debutante ball. It's called the Bal des Débutantes. It's in Paris, and it's a group of about 15 girls, socialites from around the world who get selected to be launched into society. And I'm talking celebrity, but top-notch celebrity kids,
like
royals.
Forrest Whitaker's daughter, was it? Lori Harvey was one of the debutantes.
Yeah, and this year was Apple Martin, daughter of Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin. And I'm talking royalty kids are in this, multi-billionaire
Diana,
kids.
Princess Diana's nieces are launched in famous and royal and rich people.
So it happened this weekend, and Apple, stole the show. Well, the apple doesn't fall from far from the tree. Apple Martin, the 20-year-old daughter of Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin, made her debut at Le Bal des Débutantes in Paris on Saturday, and both her famous parents turned out to support her. Paltrow shared a series of photos and videos from the trip on Instagram with the caption, "A special long weekend in Paris." The two of them showed Paltrow with her daughter, who looked glamorous in a custom blue Valentino dress that took 750 hours to make. That's according to Vogue. And a lot of people were commenting about Apple's behavior at the debutante ball. This is very head up straight, chin up, walk the line. This girl was spinning and posing
Think
for
Serena
cameras.
van der Woodsen.
Yes.
Just
exactly like that.
Serena van der Woodsen. She's Serena van der Woodsen.
You could tell she was having a ball. And
there's this one clip going viral on TikTok and stuff of this girl. I guess they're doing individual pictures of each
they
girl.
go around the corner.
Yeah, and she kind of just stole the girl's spotlight. I don't know if there's not a whole lot of because I don't know if the girl was had already taken her pictures and she was around the corner. But yeah, a lot of people are just commenting on. And I didn't even know this, but people in the comment sections of all these videos are saying that she was like a bully in school, that she got kicked out of school.
Oh, she got kicked out of school a lot.
Because
Gwyneth has said that she would get kicked out of school, but they never said why.
Yikes.
Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, so that happened, debutante ball. But now some good news for Miss Haley Steinfeld and Josh Allen. They took the next big step in their relationship by announcing their engagement. The couple got engaged last month in a beautiful, dreamy setting by the sea in the middle of a flower-themed backdrop, but they dropped the photo on Instagram only recently.
Yeah.
Are we surprised? I think it's like...
Oh, I was not shocked at all. Like, good job, Josh Allen. You locked it down.
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld's beautiful. But so she comes out in the movie The Spider-Verse. She voices Gwen. Have you seen the guy who plays Miles Morales? So it's so funny. So the day that it was announced publicly about the engagement, he had tweeted something about something along the lines of when the person you thought you lost somebody, but you move on with your life, whatever. People were pointing out that in all his interviews, he would comment about how he loves doing movies with her. He loves looking at her. She's such a great person to fall in love with on screen. And people are like, is this guy okay? Is he commenting on the engagement? He eventually said no, I didn't know, I didn't know when I tweeted that. I'm super happy for her. Congratulations to them. But I'm like, we got to check on this guy.
We got to check on this guy. I think the last time I had seen something about them was they were at a gender reveal. And someone in the family made a video of hi, I'm your aunt, and I think you're going to be a boy.
Yeah.
And they both came out. It's hi, I'm your Aunt Haley, and I'm your uncle, what's his name?
Josh.
Yeah, and then we think, I'm like, oh my God, that's them. They're so normal.
No, they're definitely gonna. Yeah, I wasn't surprised whatsoever.
We love to see that. And for all the book talk people and book fans, we haven't read this. Have you?
I read it.
Okay, so Verity.
All right, honestly.
We have new news about Verity. It's a novel written by Colleen Hoover. It's a bestseller as well. Well, guess what? It's getting the film treatment, and we already know who will be starring in it. Anne Hathaway will star in the upcoming film adaptation of Verity. She will play Verity Crawford, a famous author who is unable to finish her thriller novel after a car accident leaves her badly injured and incapacitated. Okay, I will say that I stopped reading the article because I have no idea what the book is about, and I think I want to read the book.
I don't know how to describe it. It's good, but also what the what? But a lot of people were saying, when they were talking about the books that were Colleen Hoover's books that were gonna be turned into movies, and It Ends With Us hadn't even been cast yet. A lot of people were saying that they envisioned Blake Lively as Verity, because I think Verity's blonde.
Okay.
I literally forget.
I think it is. She is.
Right.
I think that was
a lot of people are
discussion
yeah, she should play Verity and not whoever she played in It Ends With Us. But yeah, I was really surprised by Anne Hathaway, but Anne Hathaway is a great actress, so I feel like this movie is going to be good. We'll see.
It's going to be good. Well, this is what is this one? Oh, okay, sorry. Jacob Elordi. What is his name?
Jacob Elordi.
I didn't put his name on this story. Anyway, he is debuting a new look this weekend at the opening of Marrakesh International Film Festival. It's definitely a bold move, but not everyone is sold on it. As expected on social media, it is divided.
So what is your thought?
You know what? I don't think it looks horrible, but I think he looks better without it.
Yes, okay, I agree. I think
Or he just needs to trim it more.
yeah.
I think it needs to be closer to his face. His beard, he grew one, but I think there's too much of it where you lose the jawline.
Yeah, there's the debate of like, okay,
Like,
facial hair with men. Like, I've seen so many videos where it's like a man's makeup because it can hide so many things.
yes.
Where it's like when you already have a face like Jacob Elordi, like why would you want to cover that? And I think he looks great both ways, but do I prefer a fresh cut Jacob Elordi? Of course, but I'll take them both ways.
You go both. I think so. I know. I really didn't like this style of beard. Maybe if he would to trim it or do a little bit something
I think
different.
the beard with the hair. No, actually,
It was
I don't
also a
know.
lot of hair.
It was very like Bee Gees.
Yes.
It was giving Bee Gees. Maybe
Wait,
he's
he's
doing a
doing-
Bee Gees biopic.
That's what I was thinking. But no, like, and you know, the internet is very divided. Like, a lot of people for it, a lot of people against it. Is it for a role? Is it for a personal
I'm
use?
sure it's for a role.
And is he still with Olivia Jade?
People were in her comments. She did like a YouTube video or something, and people were like, Olivia, tell him to shave it off.
Of course, people. And other people on comments, we have Miss Britney Spears, who wasn't quite ready to acknowledge her age. Shortly after celebrating her 43rd birthday, the singer is now in Mexico, where she is celebrating her special day, which was on December 2nd, after charting a private jet from Los Angeles. During the video, Miss Britney Spears said that she was turning 5.
Have you seen it?
I
It's
just
very
read it.
disturbing, honestly. Like, man, I love me Britney Spears. You know, I love me some Britney, but Britney, I think you need all the love in the world right now. That she said, I'm turning 5 years old and I'm going to kindergarten for the first day tomorrow. I don't know. I just
Are you okay?
a lot of that.
A lot of that. Okay, well, let's stick to music, but more positive news out of music. Okay, we have Kendrick Lamar and SZA. They have announced a grand national tour. The North American Stadium Tour will begin in April and stretches into June. And it's a long time coming for these two collaborators.
Oh no, it was with Jake. I've seen her and Kendrick. They're both great. I have not seen them together, obviously.
I
'cause
think
it's the first
they're
time.
like, I don't necessarily, I've listened to their music, but I don't necessarily follow them. But I think like these are too big. Like they could have each
Yeah.
individually.
No, and I think that's what the trend is right now. Like Charlie XCX and Troye Sivan, they toured together. That I think they saw how successful that was, and they're like, you know what? Why not? They have
And they're
on
not
his-
direct competition.
No, and they feed into each other because they have so many songs together. She has songs with him. He, in his new album, has a song with her that's really popular.
And I
so.
think it also helps that they're the same people must follow them because they're very both like prolific, really
it
good
won't be like a
literate.
push and pull. Like people would want to see them.
Both, but then it's not like they're different. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
no,
really
it's
weird
the same
to say.
vibe.
Other music news, we have Rolling Stone coming out with their top albums of the year, top 100 to be exact, and they have named Brat as the album of the year and Chappell Roan's song Good Luck Babe as the #1 song of 2024. I kind of like skimmed through the 100 albums of like who was on the list. I mean, there's just so many people that come out with music. I didn't
realize that there was 100 albums that were released.
No, and that's just the people we
in
know.
the year.
Like
Yeah.
not that we know, but like make it or kind of push to the mainstream or
Yeah.
popular within their own genre. But can you imagine how many other people just release like independent stuff?
Oh yeah.
That's so
So
crazy.
it's like thousands of albums released.
I will say Short and Sweet was 4th
Okay.
on the list. Tortured
Poets.
14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a very divided opinion on
Yeah, and
Tortured
it kind of
Poets.
went into something about like pushing her the literacy in it, like the lyrics, but also like really like just long.
It's the thing is like for me with the Tortured Poets department, I understood it as this is a poetry album, and poetry isn't like
Yeah.
you know, upbeat. It's like, I'm gonna depress you, but also you're gonna
But like
love
also
it.
writing a paragraph.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm like, it is what it is. Torture
Yeah.
Post Department is what it is. But I must say, it was a brat year, and I'm happy that Charlie XCX is having the year that she's having.
Which makes
I'm so
me
happy for
believe,
her.
like, you also kind of like, well, I guess we'll get into the Grammy nominations in a little, but it makes you question, like, oh, like a Tortured Poets Department, it's being perceived as number 14, but according to the Grammys, it's in the
That's
top
the thing
5.
with like the Grammys. It's like so many people have commented on the fact that it's just so skewed. And for me, like with when Midnight's won, I'm like, okay, you've got to be kidding me. Midnight's was not a good album. It wasn't like compared to like SOS with SZA, which I mean, I
totally thought that one was gonna win.
I thought it was gonna win.
Midnight's one of my favorite out of the Taylor Swift, but I just didn't.
No, I don't think it's her best album. Like, I think Tortured Poets is better than Midnight's. But the thing is, Midnight's had such variety when it came to the music, whereas Tortured Poets was, and that's like the whole argument with Jack Antonoff. Like right now, his song on Kendrick Lamar's album, Squabble Up, everyone loves it, and they're like, this just proves that it's the artist, not the people that work behind the artist. People are saying, oh, because she works with Jack Antonoff, he's just like, he lets her like do whatever she wants. But it's at the end of the day, it's her product. She's gonna put out what she wants. He's just there to assist with her.
And an assistance or influence, not the
like that's
decision
her
maker.
vision. Exactly. So like, I'm happy Brat won or got that.
I
So
wonder
we'll
if
see.
now Brat will win, like.
I hope it wins something. Like, I don't want to keep hearing that it's favoring like, I want them to have an open mind this year.
So then leads us to I forgot who Beyonce
Billboard.
being named Billboard. Thank you. Oh yeah, Billboard named its top pop stars of the 21st century. Last week it came out with number 2, which was Miss Taylor Swift, and they actually got a lot of backlash because to announce their pick of number 2, they kind of made a montage video of clips of her, and within that clip was a clip from Kanye West's Famous in it, the wax figure.
I didn't know
it
that.
was in there, yeah. And they got a lot of backlash to the point that they had to take down the video, come out with an apology and re-edit it and upload it.
Why would you include that?
That just makes me think, like, do you not know? Like, how do you work for Billboard and not know that? And not even, like, you just know that. Like, if you like music, you know the beef there and the whole situation.
That's why I feel like it was maybe not intentional, but it was kind of like they wanted to just throw it in there and see the ruckus it would cause.
Maybe because then 1 week later, their announcement came and Beyonce was named the top pop star of the 21st century.
I mean, I love Beyonce. I think, I mean, they explained it as like, it's not just like recent.
Yes.
Whatever, it's like the legacy, and she is one of the artists that has the most Grammy nominations ever.
Yeah, like I think Taylor Swift is, let me say this as best as I can without offending. Do I think Taylor Swift is higher and top of her game this year than Beyonce? Yes, but you have to also think that Taylor Swift had this projection of going up during COVID, where Beyonce has been at the top of her game for the last century.
For the last 21st century.
So since she left beyond Destiny's Child, her like
Yeah,
Crazy in Love, like she's just been in this like good level of constant pop star records where Taylor really did have to, like, she went country, she had to move up. So you have to take that into measurement.
And I think Taylor was like, yeah, I agree. Thumbs up. Double thumbs up.
Well, that's what we have for our little headlines. We're gonna move now to. Do you want to do our main topics now? Yes, our main topics. See, we've been out of it so long, I don't even remember the order of how this show works. But I'm gonna go straight to Miss Sabrina Carpenter, which, as we mentioned, according to Rolling Stone, she has the 4th best album of the year. But we're going to dive into her personal life. Well, Miss Sabrina Carpenter has wrapped up her tour, and unfortunately someone did embarrass her because
And she said please 3 times, guys.
I know. According to People magazine, her and Barry, I always forget how to Keoghan. I always want to
cares his
say,
last name at
I
this
know,
point?
Keoghan have gone their separate ways. The source confirms to People that the pair have ended their romantic relationship for now, about a year after they began dating. They're both young and career focused, so they've decided to take a break, says the insider, about Keoghan, who's 32, and Carpenter, who's 25. I always forget that she's actually 25. Reps for both stars did not immediately respond to People's requests for the comment on these rumors. And I think it's fair to say that, yeah, they probably have gone their separate ways.
Oh man, the drama around this. So there was
Yes.
a Dumois post earlier in the week before the like People and Us Weekly said that they were split up. There was rumors because allegedly on one of her LA, I think it was the last night of her LA show, Barry Keoghan was spotted with a quote unquote, I actually don't quote unquote, this is a paraphrase, I think B- TikToker influencer or something. And so that was like the rumor mill going on, and people were like, oh, well, they haven't really posted, blah, 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 blah. And then the person who is said influencer allegedly, we don't know if this is actually the person, is it Haley? I have no idea what this girl's name is.
It
Didn't
is
do my
Haley
home.
something.
It's Haley something. Anyways, she has been reposting posts about the celebrity gossip about her
Being the influencer.
So people are like, I'm assuming that you are the person. I don't know, like, why would you? I mean, people repost things, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe she's just like trying to like
Get attention.
get attention from it, but everyone's just like, how do you fumble Sabrina Carpenter?
No, for reals. But
How? Especially when, I'm sorry, Barry, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't get it. But
he has a
it's-
lot of drama.
Tale is old as time, song is old as rhyme. Not so good looking man fumbles an amazing girl. We've all seen it.
We've all seen it. We've all
We've all
witnessed
seen
it.
it.
Actually,
We've all witnessed it.
This year, a lot. A lot.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But yeah, we hopefully.
It's unfortunate, but Sabrina Carpenter is at her prime. She's in her
Who would
game.
you want her to date? Her date next?
Well, did you see that? Everyone's like, she should go with.
If you say the SNL guy, no. Yes. Yes. Why did I know that?
Marcelo. He was there at the show.
Yeah.
Have you seen the pictures of him when she's like walking in and he's like you want to see that face.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to see that. And I think she likes funny guys, right?
She's really. You need to have a sense of humor because she's really dark and.
All her songs are hilarious.
Yeah.
So like, I think that they would be a cute little thing, but I think she still has her European leg of her tour.
Is he the next Pete Davidson?
I think he might be.
Yeah.
I think we might have found
Yes.
the next Pete Davidson.
We might see her out in Europe with a European hottie. You never know. But her Netflix special is coming out.
On today.
Yes. So
Today.
that's something I'm going to probably watch this weekend.
Yeah.
hopefully.
I love you, Sabrina. We got you, girl.
And in keeping with music, we are going to talk about the Grammys nominations that came out for the 2025 award show. That did happen kind of earlier last month, but we do want to talk about it just because it is something that had kind of been in our conversation for a while, specifically it's been the year of the pop girl.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I was checking the time.
No worries. Nominees for the 2025 Grammy Awards are in, and it is yet another banner for Beyonce, who leads the pack with 11 nominations, extending her career total to a record-breaking 99. Behind her are Grammy favorites Billie Eilish, Post Malone, Kendrick Lamar, as well as Charli XCX, who gets her big first score with Brat. Those 4 artists received 7 nominations apiece. 6 nods make for a relatively quiet year for Taylor Swift's dominant standard, but a good one for Sabrina and Chappell Roan, who also notched up 6 in their maiden Grammy years, as well as the above-mentioned artists in full lengths include, which means the album of the year, The Tortured Poets Department, Cowboy Carter, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Brat, Short and Sweet, and The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. The album of the year category also features Andre 3000's Woodwind album, New Blue Sun, and Jacob Collier's The Jessie Volume 4. Have you ever listened to Andre 3000's new album?
No, I haven't, but I love Andre 3000.
Oh, no.
Is it good?
okay, so when it first came out, I remember it came out like in the beginning of the year. I was just like, oh my God, like I haven't heard from him for so long. Like, what the heck is he like doing? When I tell you, you will be shocked to the kind of music this is. There is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs in his, album. The first song, it is 12 minutes and 18, and this is the name of it. I swear I really wanted to make a rap album. What is it called? I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way, what is it? The wind blew me. That's the name of the so I literally wanted to make a rap album, but this is where the wind blew me.
That's the first song?
That's the title. The second one, I cannot say it on air.
On YouTube.
Look.
I mean, it does. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, it's trippy. I actually forgot. I had it playing to the point where I forgot I had it playing, that I thought it was like elevator music towards the end. Because he's jamming off on a flute.
I was going to say, is he using a wind instrument?
Yeah, so, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, not a flute. What's the things? Yeah.
Like when you go to the mall and you see the people performing the Titanic songs with the wood instruments.
Yeah, sure. That's one way to point it out. But yeah, so that's an interesting thing. I really don't know.
I want to listen to this now.
I could see, can I be honest? I could see Cowboy Carter winning, just for people to finally give her album of the year and to be like,
I think the Grammy's going to be like, okay, we get it, Jay-Z, here you go.
Yeah, because it's voted all by people, like members of the Academy.
I really hope, look, I think Billie Eilish's album was incredible. I think every pop girl's album was phenomenal this year. Absolutely. But I feel like Billie Eilish always gets an award.
Yeah.
I can do with
in Rolling Stone's Ariana Grande's album, Eternal Sunshine.
Yes, that's what I was about to bring up.
Top 8. I think it was 8 or 7. And she wasn't nominated.
She was snubbed. That was a great album. It got nominated Best Pop Album, right? Yeah, she was snubbed. I thought it was, and that's the thing. Like when it was released originally at the time, I'm like, oh, of course it's going to be thrown into the nominations. But then all these other albums came out, and it was like, dang. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who gets it. I don't want Taylor to get it either. Like I'm going to say, I don't want her to get. I don't want her to get it. I think that for also Best New Artist.
I think Chappell Roan.
Chappell Roan's gonna get it. I think for Pop Album, there's a chance. There's a chance it could be Sabrina or Ariana, possibly. I think album's gonna be hopefully Cowboy Carter, and. Maybe Pop, Charlie XCX. I don't know. I want her to get something. I need her to get something. I hope it's not like just like the typical genre, like dance album or something. You know, I want her to get some metal.
Something, yeah.
Something heavy.
Something heavy.
It's gonna be a fight for the death.
And we will be watching that. I like watching the Grammys.
Yeah, I like.
I don't know if I just pay attention more to music, or more music that I listen to gets nominated. But I remember like growing up and maybe like one of my favorite artists was nominated.
It's because like,
or is it getting more like mainstream?
I don't know, because before I feel like for us younger people, we looked forward to like the MTV Music Awards and like stuff like that. Whereas like the Grammys, I think the Grammys is more of like the artists. I don't know. I don't know.
Like VMAs, what's hot?
Yeah.
The Grammy is like what's
there?
Good.
I don't know.
What's acclaimed?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, right?
What's acclaimed?
Yeah.
When is the Grammys this year?
It's not until February, I believe.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so good. I feel like there may be tears.
Do you think Taylor's gonna walk with Travis by that time? He usually has a game. Last year he had a game.
Yeah, it's because it's February. That's when the Super Bowl is.
Oh, I think so, actually.
I think that's why, because he had to Get
do
ready
that
for that stuff.
that big thing that he
That's
does.
stuff that football people.
Okay, let's switch over to Dancing with the Stars. It came to an end last week, and as you know, we were devotees of this season, and really every season, even though this season has gotten like a hype.
It was crazy.
Like people were watching, filming their reaction to the finale, and I just want to say I knew those were going to be the top two people, even though I think Chandler was better than.
No, I was actually a little surprised, but you know, with Chandler, she didn't have the popular vote.
Yeah, she didn't have the popular
Alona.
vote. So it was Alona and Joey. And Joey came on top, which I figured if we
Joey
were
did so good this season. I mean, he's a dancer. I'm curious as to what his future will be. I mean, it's like Bachelor star who can dance. Like it's
what
very
can you
niche
do?
kind of
It's
thing.
yeah, because unfortunately, if he was the Bachelorette who won, they usually do the Ariana thing. Go to do Broadway for like a couple of seasons, be a guest star somewhere. Well, I think he's going on tour with Dancing with the Stars. Should we go? They usually go to San Antonio.
I've always wanted to see. I mean, I feel like it's so easy to like meet these people. But what do you think of the finale? I guess this is kind of like a recap
let's just talk about the freestyles. I believe Steven had the best one, the gymnast. I think it highlighted his strengths and it featured him. So which I'm really surprised because Riley is such a young pro.
Yeah.
That I'm so shocked that she had. How can I say this?
She was a really good choreographer and also knew how to set somebody up for success.
The song, the incorporation of his teammates, because even think about it, even when Gleb showcased his partner with his sisters, the girl should have just turned around and that's where it should have stopped. The fact that he included them a little bit more in the dance ruined it, where that could have been a potential when you bring outside people. Yeah. But I think Riley and Steven had the best
freestyle.
What
do you think of Joey's and the critique?
I didn't think it was underwhelming.
I didn't
just
think so
don't
either.
think it was
It wasn't like Charity last year with the whole cheerleading routine, but it was it's an average guy who likes tennis.
I will say though that I think this is a year for freestyles that they weren't that great as a whole. They weren't.
Last year's freestyles were incredible. They were wow, we're gonna freestyle you.
And I think it was just a lot of the stars were. There's always that one star, right? Dixie, or not the other one, Charlie D'Amelio, right? She's the best one. She was the best one from her season. Sochi was the best one from her season. But even at that, I don't think her freestyle was that great last year. There's just these show-stopping moments in past seasons that you're wow, that was a whole show.
Yeah.
A lot of them kind of had the same. They were all kind of the same level, in my opinion, and it was all for different reasons. Alona, she not the best dancer, good dancer, not the best, but she had the personality.
Yeah.
So that brought her up here. Joey, good dancer, but because he's just not that popular. Steven, not a good dancer, but his showcasing of his strength brought him up to that level. Chandler, great dancer, but no personality. So it was just they were kind of all even.
Yeah.
Except, Danny. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. Danny couldn't dance the whole season. All he could do was lift.
It was so funny because he was oh, now I actually have to dance.
Yeah,
so I can't do any flips to distract. When he said I can't do flips to distract people, I'm thank you for pointing out the fact that that's the reason why you got ahead is because you're just very good. And mind you, I can only imagine how much strength goes into lifting somebody and having to remain still and all these things. But I mean,
it's Dancing with the Stars, not.
Lifting the stars.
Yeah, lifting with the stars. And I've been saying that. And I saw this in a TikTok with the Cheryl Burke one. They kind of pointed out how at the end of the Barbie dance one, the host was oh, and Barbie's now available on DVD. It was just kind of was that sponsored? Because Barbie was so last year,
Also, with the whole Deadpool Wolverine thing.
Yeah, I was just very what the heck? That was I feel it was just a skit.
A paid ad.
Yeah. And then let's talk about Danny flirting with Julianne.
Oh, yeah, that was very awkward.
I can't believe she said that.
Do you think Julianne will return as a host next season?
I think so. There's a lot of following that people love them because I think they're hosting the Disney parade. Julianne and
Alfonso. I love Alfonso. Alfonso, I have to say, is a fantastic host.
When he's like, let's strap on and get ready to go. And he's like, that is a football term, everyone. And I was just like,
he's so quick with it. Like, he's quick-witted. He can, like, host and he can improvise and he can dance. Like
what were we doing?
Got it all.
What were we doing with Tyra? I'm sorry.
No, yeah, Tyra, the fact that how long was Tyra there for?
Like 2 seasons, I want to say.
Yikes.
But Alfonso, finally, he's there. But I think Alona's dance was good. However, it reminded me a lot of Hannah B's dance.
Oh, I didn't see Hannah B's.
Yeah, it was basically the same thing, but it was very like woman empowerment. And I think that the most times that we saw her empowered when she was the most delicate. And this was just so in your face. Like her last 2 dance, the best dances she's had.
I would say Alona really grew in the competition. Like, I think the dance where they gave them the challenge of something that you didn't do so well at, I think she did good. But I just think Joey was like, I think
the best one.
Yeah, he was the best one.
But
Chandler was a great dancer, but like you said, I didn't know what it was exactly. But yeah, it's like the not lack of personality, because she did have personality in her dances. But even like Carrie Ann said, like I don't feel it 1,000%. Like
you know who I didn't feel? That reminds me of when Gabby the Bachelorette was in it. Like I could never feel it with her either. She was a great dancer, but I just could never feel it. But yeah, so of course Joey ended up taking
and Jenna won,
and Jenna won, which Val was last year.
Handed over they're so cute.
It's so cute. And then they posted finally, so they have all their mirror balls in their house, and they put their baby next to it, and it was so cute.
But the last time Jenna won was with well, she hasn't won.
No, she hasn't won in a while. So she had won. Oh, she only won with Adam, the special athlete season.
Oh, okay.
And it was like only a 2 month. It was like a super quick season.
She's
been getting second place for a really, really long time.
I feel bad how like in her package for the tennis one, she was like, this is like, I finally made it. Like I put so much effort into this choreography, like blah, blah, blah. And Carrie Ann was like, that was underwhelming.
I know she probably like was like.
I was like, wow. Did you see Val's brother Max did like a whole video like, I don't know what's wrong with Carrie Ann. Like,
I know,
blah,
and
blah,
like
blah.
that's fair. Say that, but you have to say that too for the Danny one then.
Oh, yeah,
that was
yeah.
just the lip singing
Yeah.
of dancers. Like he was super underwhelming.
Oh no, that's why. Like I was like, you're always giving this guy a free pass where it's like he actually like danced for you. He did like every style of dance, I think. I don't know. That's just
I was same. But
yeah, well I guess that was kind of like a recap. Now let's get further into our
recaps. Yeah. We have 2 things we want to talk about. We have our Spotify wrap and then our Wicked review.
So
we won't get too much into it because we also don't want to like take forever here. But just tell me a little bit about your Spotify wrap. Who's your top artist? And
let me tell you.
I'll tell you, my top song, I could do with a broken heart. I don't know where that came from, but, I mean, I can, but I don't need to. My top artist is Taylor Swift, then it was Hosier, and then it was, I think, Sabrina. I don't even know. Oh, my goodness, I don't even remember. But
how do you not know this? They're your top.
My top. I really just think Taylor and Hosier were like what I listened to the most, and that's really awesome because I got to see her in concert
and him
last August, and then I saw him
true.
in May. No,
it was
in August.
September, right?
September. They were my birthday gift. That's why I was. But yeah, that's basically. It sums up. It added up. I'm not questioning Spotify. What about you?
Drum roll. Taylor Swift was my number 1 artist, as you guys
well
know. Second was Sabrina Carpenter, which I didn't realize how much I listened to Sabrina, but she had the songs of the summer.
She did.
So my number 1 song was Espresso, which I haven't listened to in a very long time, but I did listen to it all summer, so it makes sense. Then it was Please, Please, Please. Honestly, if I have to say, they were all chronologically explaining my life. Please, 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 and Good Graces from Sabrina. Blowing Smoke from Gracie Abrams, and I Can Do With a Broken Heart was number 5. My top 5 was Taylor, Sabrina, Gracie, Olivia, and Charlie XCX made it up there.
See my work. Okay, I have my Taylor, Hosier, Olivia, Chapel, Sabrina.
Okay.
My top songs were I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, Too Sweet, Unknown, which both are by Hosier, August, which weird, and Don't Blame Me, accurate. I love Reputation, guys.
But yeah, I have to say, a lot of people right now, the main topic on social media is Spotify Rap, because everybody looks forward to it every year to see what they've been working towards this year. And people are like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, I have 2 accounts, so I would be very intrigued to see what my work one.
Oh, okay.
I went on my work.
Guys, I think there's something wrong with me. So I was looking at everyone's Spotify Wrapped, and I was looking at how many minutes people were listening to music for. On average, I saw the most 30, 40,000. I had 51,000 minutes of, almost 52,000 minutes of listening to music.
Are you a music girl?
I don't know what happened.
I'm a TV girl.
I'm just like, was I just leaving things on repeat, like without even realizing it? That's a lot of music, and I'm like, wow.
But there's
that's
just
a
people,
lot.
like, I'm a TV, like, I just have the TV on, like, background music.
I
I'd
do
rather have TV
too.
on than, like, music.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know what was going on, what those 51,000 minutes that I was doing, but yeah, a lot of people are upset saying that that wasn't really what they were expecting, because they barely even listened to some of these songs. Some of them were like, for me, very accurate.
I feel like
I
it's
have to
accurate.
say.
You just kind of are, like, not paying it, like, people aren't really paying attention.
Some people are just too ashamed to own up to the fact that they listen to these things. But yeah,
I will say, if the Wicked musical would have came out earlier in the year, the album
Loathing would have been your number. What would have been your number one?
No One Mourns the Wicked.
No One Mourns the Wicked.
No One Mourns the Wicked. So let's transition to that. We went to see Wicked together, guys, and I have never seen the Broadway musical. I knew the story, like the gist of it, like.
I think I saw like snippets of the bootleg where they like record inside the theater.
Yeah,
and stuff.
nothing. But we got the idea, like Linda, whatever, alphabet. When I tell you there is no whatever, and it's like, you need to go see it. And yes, I am very much a musical person. Like, I love watching musicals, but I could tell when a musical is just like not hitting, right? Like the Mean Girls one. It was just like,
oh my God, that one was like terrible.
it was like they would just break out of music. This is just so beautifully done, where it's like you don't even notice they're singing because it pushes the storyline. Like,
oh, I love Wicked. It's a great musical.
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. I hope it's true, where there's rumors of Oscar Best Supporting Actress nominations out there, because honestly, Ariana Grande was made for this role, like manifested it. This is like literally the epitome of manifestation. Yeah. Her and Cynthia Erivo like did phenomenal. They did so well. They played off each other so well. She did great as Elphaba. I mean, just bringing those songs to life, and not only bringing the songs to life, but putting your own personality into it, because we've all heard every iteration of these songs being sung from Idina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, Ariana's getting so popular for her portrayal of Popular, from that one like little choice that she made.
Yes.
Like, it's just like, she put herself into the role, and I think that's why Kristen Chenoweth and all them are so proud, because it's like, you didn't like just copy and paste what you've already seen.
So
like, you put yourself into
I was listening to Popular, and I'm like, wow, she kind of does sound like Kristen Chenoweth. And then I know she had mentioned in an interview that Ariana told her, like, this is an homage to your portrayal of her. So I'm like, okay, I'm not surprised. But then I'm like, you know what? I've never really listened to the original Kristen recording. I went back, and it really is different. You see parts of her influence in Ariana's portrayal, but it's not the same. It's not a copy and paste. So, which I'm like, oh, okay.
But also all the behind the scenes of like her rehearsing, like you can really tell that she put everything into this.
She
and
put
like
her,
and it's just like so nice. Like, I'm sure she's gone through everything under the sun, and it's like finally it's like you're in a place in your life where everything is just kind of I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's just like when everything kind of like,
You just like that.
I feel like we're doing like the Wicked interviews, and we're just like, honestly, like,
We're
just
holding
feel like
space.
she's finally in her own. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so beautiful to see. It's just like, you know, we've all grown up with Ariana Grande. We've all seen what she's gone through. And it's just like, this is the happiest I've ever seen her. And like, it's like so nice to know that you can actually get what you want.
And it's so crazy if you look back, not just because I'm like on Wicked Talk. Obviously, Wicked Talk has been infiltrated by Ariana Grande fans. And they put clips of her like previous years when she was younger talking about it. They even showed clips of her when she was little doing like musicals. And there's just like this huge gap where it's like this genuine smile while she speaks about her projects. And then not saying that her projects were bad, they were actually her musically talented, but there is a very dark period in her life where you could just see like she's not there. And then you see her back to life. Like it's like Ariana Glenda is that little Ariana that you would see do like Annie on music.
And that's why I think it was like also for her fans, it was hard to see, I guess, this album, Eternal Sunshine, not get the recognition because it's like, it's finally her in a good place and being like, I'm doing all these things, like I'm happy. But also I feel like she probably doesn't even give a shit because she is where she's wanted to be. She's in Wicked, it's highly successful. She's probably going to get nominations off of it. It's probably like, I don't really care. Like, whatever.
And I don't think there's it's all the original songs from the musical, so I don't think they can be nominated for best song because it has to be an original inspired. That's why a lot of like when Disney remakes like Beauty and the Beast, they have like a new original song in there, so that one could be nominated for something. But I didn't see it. I don't think there's anything. I will say that I read somewhere on TikTok, you know, the most reliable source ever, that she has vocal production credit on the whole album.
Oh,
so she, and if you look into it, it's pretty cool. She is such an editor, and she could like.
Oh yeah, when you see her even putting together the album positions, like. She's so musically trained. She has the ear for everything. She's a great music producer. And I'm sure she was probably like,
I got it.
I have
And Cynthia
history.
said like, oh, Ariana would lay out my tracks. Like she's the only one I trusted to like produce my vocals on the tracks.
Like to have such a hand in just even the production of it. I bet she's like living in a dream world.
But
dream world, which is
so if you haven't seen it, please go watch it.
What do you give it? Like 1 out of 10, or should I do 1 out of 5? I feel like 1 out of 10 is too much pressure.
1 out of 5. It's up there, and I will say
1 being bad, 5 being good.
Yeah, I want to say 4.8, and it's just because it is almost 3 hours long.
I did have to go to the bathroom.
I did. My sciatica was hurting.
Refuse. I refuse, even though I finished this 10 ounce, or not even 10,
and there were just
30 ounce
pockets of people who would take, I don't want to say it, but what's his name,
Bowen Yang?
Yeah. Even though I thought his character was funny, I felt like it was him there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. It was just like, his moments would make me giggle, but kind of like, oh, hey, the guy from SNL.
Yeah.
Like, but aside from that, it's a really good movie.
I give it like a 4.5. I give it a 4.5.
So now we wait for part 2. Do you know what happens in part 2?
I read up on it.
Okay,
I read up on it because I have to spoil things for myself.
Yeah,
I can't
you
live
are
life.
a spoiler, so
I'm a
yeah.
spoiler.
I just want to say Nessa Rose.
Thank God that house fell on me. Thank God. Yeah, I mean, even just like the beginning of the movie where it's like you know what's going on, the fact that Ariana was able to like,
Any other last words about Wicked?
Those are my last grunts.
Yeah, but go see Wicked, guys.
Do it.
10/10 recommend. And it is looking like we'll be back here next week.
I'm not gonna make any promises.
I know we shouldn't make promises.
But you will see us very soon.
Very soon.
Hopefully. And you can follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, just follow us on places. My hair's out everywhere. But follow us on where you need to follow us to know what's happening with us.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.